Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll learn how to use Tailwind in Django. So if you want to use Tailwind CSS in Django, the easiest way is using CDN. No setup, nothing. But in your project, that approach has some serious limitations. So in this video, I will show you both the easy way and the right way. In today's video, we are going to learn how to use Tailwind CSS in Django. We'll start with a simple CDN setup and then move to a proper production ready setup. So for that one, let me So in this video, I will be using UV instead of pip. Now let me add Django. Now our Django is running. Now let me create an app. So let me add that to the settings. And I'm going to create a simple view here. Called index.html. I'm going to add it directly in the URL. Now let me run the project again. Now it's running and we have rendered the index view. Now let us see how to use the Tailwind CDN here. For that one, let me go for the Tailwind docs. And I just need to copy this here. And I need to put it inside the and here they given some stylings. If I copy and paste it inside my index, so you can see it works instantly, no installation, no configuration. Now if I go for inspect, all the stylings has been added here. See, underline, all those things are coming from the CDN itself. Now this looks great, right? But here's the problem. When your project grows, this approach starts causing issues. No customization, no optimization, no plugins. You're basically loading the entire Tailwind library, even the classes you don't use. So this method is fine for learning or quick testing, but not for your projects. Let's say you just started on a project, you just want to try out some functionalities of Django or something, this is a great method. I'm not telling it's not, but if you are planning on a project which is going to be a real project for yourself or something to be showcased, it's not a good idea to use this one. Let's say I'm using only 3 of the classes here, Tailwind classes. But now since I used the CDN here, all the Tailwind classes I am using completely here, not only the classes what I want here. So this will cause a too much load on the system also. If a user who is using with mobile or something and it's, well, let's say internet issue is there, means it will load, it will take a lot of time to load even once letter 3. So this is not ideal. So now let's set up Tailwind the right way in Django. So to do that, we can go for multiple ways, but one I recommend and I use most of the time is the Django Tailwind package that integrates Tailwind directly to Django. So this sets up a proper build process for Tailwind inside your Django projects. Now let's just do that one. Now I'm gonna copy this command. See, you can just add the Django Tailwind element. So, but I will tell you, these things are for the creating app, and it's always better to use this directly only. I will tell you why this is important, how it works and everything. Now let me copy this and go to, let me stop the server. Now that this step is done, next we'll proceed with, first we have to go for Tailwind and first we have to go for the settings and we need to add the Tailwind here. Now we need to run this command. Now you can change the app name which you want to choose. Usually I will leave it as theme only, it will make more sense, or you can change it also. Now here comes the thing. Now here are some of the choices which you can choose here. So you can go for Tailwind V4 standard, simple and doesn't require Node.js. Tailwind V4 full, all the bells and whistles require Node.js. Tailwind V3 legacy project. So here all these options are there. You in their review docs website, you can see there is an option to see that one. So I will provide every link possible in the description. You can check it out. See here what and all is possible it's telling. See here npm based on these things, plugins. You can go for custom post CSS, Tailwind UI support, plugin support, everything will be there. But if you go for standard binary, you cannot get all those things. So I basically always use the Tailwind full only, since I have Node.js installed and I need DaisyUI most of the times because it is a largest used compound library. You can go for that one also. I will give the link also. See, as you can see, there are lots of components which is the Tailwind CSS and which is works great with Django also. So let me select the second one. Now it is asking include DaisyUI component. As I said, it's based on your project you are building. If you want to build your own component library and everything, you can say no. But if you want to use the DaisyUI components here, there are lots of them. You can just say yes. I'm gonna press Y here, and as you can see, there is a new app called theme here. Now next step is I need to add that theme here. If you have changed the name to whatever something else, you have to add that one here. Since I am using the same thing, I am using the theme. If you change it to style or Tailwind or something, you need to change it to Tailwind or something. Now I need to add this one. Let me add that at the bottom. And I need to run the Tailwind install command. And now that is done. It has installed everything. So if you go back to the package, that's it. It's done here. Now what I need to do is I need to remove this one, and let's see if it does work or not. I need to run the project. Run it. And if I refresh here, as you can see, since I removed that one, it's not working here. One thing we can do is, there are two ways we can do this one. Either I can remove this base.html and use the one which is built here. As you can see, this is already done for us here. We can use this one. Otherwise, another thing what I can do is I can just copy, as in the document, I can just copy this Tailwind tags and load it at the top. And I need to add this Tailwind CSS here inside the meta. Now if I refresh it, it's working fine for us. As you can see, this light and dark modes are coming directly from DaisyUI's Tailwind. You can see the documents and you can work it out. That's not that today's concept. Now what will happen means Tailwind will only generate CSS that we actually use. So another thing is, we can continue the installation stuff, and another thing is Django browser reload is there. So what does this do is, let's say if I change it to something like something I type, and if I save and if I go back to the document, it didn't change automatically. So we can use this package called Django browser reload, so it will work with us. Now let me copy this and go to the installed apps, and let me do the same for middleware. And I need to add this inside my url.py, and I need to import include as well as settings. Now another thing we can do is, now it is done here. Now if I go here and me copy here, go for the index page, and let me remove this. See, as soon as I save here, it's updating automatically. No need to refresh the page or anything. So along with Django Tailwind, we installed some of other packages also. What is the use of that? Means we can run both Django and Tailwind development server simultaneously. Like, if I go now, what will happen is, this one we already did and it's loaded in our system, so it was working with all these commands. Now if you want to try something else, let's say text red 500 or something. Let me say this one, and if I go here, see the color, it's not changing. For that one, we need to run a command called Tailwind start. Now for that one, what we can do is, another thing is, we can just go for here, and you can go for UV run manage.py Tailwind start. Okay, spelling mistake. Now it runs, and it already auto refreshed because of the Django reload. Now instead of running both in a separate, We can run that in a same tab using this command. Now if I copy this and clear, and instead of run server, I need to run this Tailwind dev. It's starting both Tailwind as well as our projects here. Now if I refresh it, let me change something here, like let's say BG, let's go with this color only, and if I see, it's automatically updated here now. Both of them are running in the same tab. You can see what is going on and everything. So how all this are configured is, you can go for the theme and static source, and inside the start you can see the style. See, it has added both Tailwind CSS as well as DaisyUI. Here you can add some more plugins if needed and everything, and work with that. So for that one, let's try a simple, since we installed DaisyUI, let's say try some simple component here and we will see. Let's go with the card. As you can see, it is there here. Let's go with HTML. Now if I copy this and if I paste, let's paste offer this one only. Now if I go, see this premium card, this one directly came from the stylings and everything from here only. And another thing is, if you want, let's say if you want to add light and dark theme here, you can add it also. Light and dark theme, both is gonna work with DaisyUI. This customization, everything, no need to do yourself, no create and everything. So this is the use of a package as a whole, both Tailwind and DaisyUI. So now since DaisyUI is easy, instead of writing everything manually, we can now use component like this. Another thing is, if you are not creating your own component library inside the project, it will look same in every pages. If you, let's say, if you are using a card, table or something, in every page it will look similar. It will be easy. So let's quickly compare what we did. So we use CDN, which is simple, quick, app but limited. And another thing, we use this Django package that is powerful, optimized and scalable. So that's how you use Tailwind CSS in Django, from a simple CDN setup to a production ready workflow. If you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.